Welcome in. I'm Jessica Morey, joined by former Oklahoma State quarterback J.W. Walsh. J.W., you're back in Stillwater. Not as a player, though. You're here as a coach, and you've been coaching since you left Oklahoma State after the 2015 season. You spent some time with Gary Patterson at TCU. You coached at Abilene Christian, and most recently, you were with Tom Herman and Mike Gundy down at Texas, and now you're back in Stillwater. What led you back here?
It's been the goal from day one. From the moment I left here, my goal was to ultimately get back to OSU and eventually coach here. So everything I've done to this point was to try to lead me back here. So when I had that opportunity, it was a no-brainer. I wanted to take it as soon as I could.
How did the opportunity come about?
Coach Dunn called me and asked me what my plans were. It was early January after, I think it was a day after, Tom Herman got let go, and asked me what my plans were. And I was still trying to figure out everything that was going on there, if I still had a job there. But, for me, it was a no-brainer. When he asked me that, I think about a week later, maybe a week and a half, I don't remember the exact time, but he told me I had a job if I wanted it, and it was a no-brainer.
That's awesome. What's it been like for you being back at OSU and back in Stillwater?
It's been amazing. Like, it's just coming back here, and it just kind of takes me back and all the memories that I have. And there's a lot of new things. Like there's a lot of new buildings on campus and a few new businesses, but it's still Stillwater, and it's still the same people, and it's still the same feel. And that's what I fell in love with on my first recruiting visit. It's what I fell in love with as a player. And so being back here, being around the people and the town has been special, and I'm happy to be back.
And you mentioned some memories. Do you have a favorite memory or a couple favorite memories from your time as Cowboy QB?
The first one that pops into my head is throwing the first touchdown pass to Josh Stewart. That one probably is going to be one of my favorite memories, just because we were so close in high school and we were close here, and so to be able to play with my best friend and be able to share that on the field was pretty special. So that's the first one that pops into my head.
What do you think you've learned throughout your coaching career so far?
A lot. I've been lucky enough to be able to be around Coach Patterson and his coaching staff and work directly under Coach Meacham and Gundy, but also on Coach Patterson's staff, and just to be able to learn from them and see what how they do things and just pick up on a lot of things. It was very, very fortunate to have that opportunity. Then to get really lucky after only being a GA for a year to go be a full-time coach at ACU was a lot of fun. That staff was amazing. It was a young staff, and the head coach is one of the best people I've ever met. He's a great football coach, so to be able to learn from him and share and learn from that staff was a lot of fun. And then at Texas, the same thing. I mean, Coach Herman's a great coach, and so is Coach Gundy and that staff. So to be able to learn from those guys, and I've been really, really lucky to have been around the people that I've been around and been able to learn from all those coaches. So,
what do you think you bring to the staff here at Oklahoma State?
Being a player and playing for these coaches. Like, a lot of these coaches were still coaching when I was playing. So being a player and playing for the coaches, I know what it's like to play for them and be in that locker room. So I bring that perspective, and then I think that just the love and passion I have for OSU is, I don't think that's something new that's here, because all these coaches, they haven't left for a reason. They love OSU just as much as I do. But just to add to it and just be, just to continue building what they've started is something that I'm looking forward to.
You mentioned reuniting with the coaches. What's it like reuniting with Mike Gundy?
It's a lot of fun. There's not many coaches in the country that are like him. If there's anybody like him in the country, and he's a great coach. He's a lot of fun to be around. His energy is tough to match, which is awesome. And then he just is he knows how to treat people, and he knows how to treat his staff, and he's just a great person to be around, and I'm looking forward to being able to work for him like more, I guess. So I'm excited. It's been fun to be around him so far.
And what's your ultimate career goal?
The head coach here. That's the ultimate goal. That's been from the moment that I decided I wanted to coach college football. I wanted to do it here. It's just hard for me to imagine having the same passion and the same energy and doing it anywhere else. This place is special. It's been really good to me, and I just want to give back as much as I can. So.
That's awesome. You definitely have a bright future. Thank you so much for joining me. That is J.W. Walsh.